Okay, so the next chapter that we have to study is about the auxiliaries and models. So you have already heard or you know about some auxiliary verbs or verbs you are familiar, isn't it? You know we are using many verbs are there, and when we are in the previous class we have studied about the tenses, and when we studied about the tenses we also saw that in different tenses we are using different auxiliary verbs, isn't it? Okay, so we are using different auxiliary verbs to represent the different tenses. See, for example, if you want to say like if what are the tenses? How many tenses are there? Three. What are they? Present, past, and future. In present itself, there are four different categories. Are there? What are they? Simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. There are four, and for other tenses also we are having all these different categorizations are there. And when we studied about the simple present tense, what is the auxiliary verb used in simple present tense?
Yes.
Simple present tense. Not S or ES. Like if you are studying simple present tense, the auxiliary verb is used is do or does. Okay. And when you are using do or does, in that do is added with the verb when the subject is I, we, you, they. Is it no? And this one does is added with the subject when the subject is he, she, or it. Is it no?
Yes.
So this one we have studied, and this we know. And when this is added with the verb, like if you are saying like a work. Okay. So if do is added with the verb, then nothing happens. You know, it will remain as verb only. There is no any change. Okay. But when does is added with this one, what happens? It will become works. Is it no? Works. So if like if I is the subject, I work, no problem. Okay. And this do is hidden in this. But when it is becomes like he, when subject is he, then it will become works. Is it no? And that it becomes works when does is added with this one. Do you understand? Work plus does. When this is added, then only it will become works. Do you understand? So likewise, there are so many auxiliary verbs are there. Okay. So like we also use some other auxiliary verbs. So there some auxiliary verbs are there, and some are models are there. So we will study. We are going to study what is the difference between these type of things like auxiliary verbs and models. Okay. The verbs be, am, is, was, etc. have and do. When used with the ordinary verbs to make tenses, passive forms, questions, and negatives are called auxiliary verbs or auxiliaries. So there are mainly 3-4 categories of verbs are there. One is be. Okay. What are be? Have you heard of this one? Be. So there are different forms of this verb. Okay. So start from this. This is the base verb, and from this there are many verbs are there. Okay. So normally when we are using a verb, only 3 forms of verb is there. Like if you say like work, worked, worked, or do, does, did. Like that, 3 forms are there. Present form is there, past form is there, past participle form like that. But this verb is having different forms in present itself. You know, see, like if you want to use it in the present tense, it is having 3 are there, like is, are. All these are there. Simple present form. Okay. And if it depends on the subject. Okay. If he, she, it is coming as a subject, then is used. If I is coming as a subject, am is used, and if any plural like we, you, they, or any other plural subject is coming, then are is used. Isn't it? Then again this is there, continuation of this one, was, where, and last one more is there, that is being. much forms are there of only one verb. You understand? All these forms are be form verbs. You understand? Okay. According to the situation, this will be used mainly depending on the subject. Whatever may be the subject, which is the subject, based on that, these different forms are used. Understood? Then next one is another verb is there like a have. So it is having have, has, and had. Three forms are there: have, has, and had. These two are the present forms, and this is the past form and past participle form. All the three are there. Okay. Have subject. If I, we, you, they. If they are coming as a subject, then have is used. And he, she, it. If they are coming as a subject, then has is used. Okay. This one also you are familiar. Then another one is there do. Okay. This is also having three forms: do, does, and did. And do and does is used in the present form, and did is used in the past form. Okay. Then be, have, do, and one more is there. So these three forms are there: be, have, and do. When used with ordinary verbs to make tenses, passive forms, questions, and the negatives are called auxiliary verbs. Okay, so it is already given. You can copy in your notebook about this one. Like the verbs be, have, do. When used with the ordinary verbs to make tenses, passive forms, questions, and negatives are called auxiliaries. So when this is used, so we cannot say that all three are auxiliary verbs. Like he is a boy. Okay, so here is it an auxiliary verb? Is there any auxiliary verb in this sentence? Which one? Is. Is it an auxiliary verb? It is not an auxiliary verb. Okay, is it a helping verb? Helping which verb? What is the meaning of helping verb? Helping verb means it is supporting another verb, is it not? Do you understand? If it is a helping verb, it should support another verb. Is there any other verb? No, it is the full verb there. It is the only verb there. Do you understand? So in this context, it is not the auxiliary verb, it is the verb itself. Do you understand? So now in this sentence, this is a verb. So you cannot call it as auxiliary verb in this context. When it will become auxiliary verb? When it is supporting, like he is playing. Okay, so here, is it an auxiliary verb? Yes, it is an auxiliary verb. Why? Because there is another verb there. Is it not? Play is there a verb, and this is a helping verb. It is supporting that verb. It is helping this verb to form a tense. Is it not? So, if these form of verbs are used for making a tense or supporting other verbs for making a tense or for making a passive form, is it not? The work is being done or the work is completed. For such a way if we are using, sometimes we are using passive forms. You know, active voice, passive voice you have already studied, is it not? Have you studied? Yes. So when you study active voice and passive voice, some of these verbs are also used for helping, is it not? So when they are used in such kind of context, we can call it as an auxiliary verb. Do you understand? If these verbs are used for making a tense or making a passive form or a passive and questions and negatives. Like if you want to make it, like if you want to ask a question, then we need an auxiliary verb, isn't it? Okay. So when these and some of these verbs are used, some of these auxiliary verbs are used for making a question. So when I taught you the tenses, I also taught you that how to make tenses, isn't it? How to make questions. Did I teach you? Do you remember how to make if a simple sentence is given? Like if he is playing. If you want to make this a question, how to make it? You have to simply bring the auxiliary verb to the beginning and bring the subject to the second position. That's all. Only interchange the position and put the question mark there. Is he playing? Is it not? And if you want to make it negative,
He is not playing.
he is not playing. You have to add not. Where you have to add? With the auxiliary verb. Do you understand? So there are four usages are there. Auxiliary verbs. One, it is used for making question. Secondly, it is used for making passive forms, passive voice. And other one is that it is used for making questions, then negatives. Do you understand? If you want to make a sentence into negative, we have to use auxiliary verb because we have to add not with the auxiliary verb. Okay? And if you want to make a question, then also means simple questions. It is called as yes or no questions because the answer of this question will be yes or no. Yes or no? So based on that we find out. So these are the auxiliary verbs. Did you understand? Okay. And another one is there. The verbs can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must and ought to are called modal verbs or modals. They are used before ordinary verbs and express meanings such as permission, possibility, certainty and necessity. Need and dare can sometimes be used like a modal. So what is a modal? Modals are also there just like a will or a shall or can, could, may, might, all these type of forms are there. So they are also used for supporting the verbs as well as they are used for some particular meanings are there. Like if you want to ask a question, you know, can you give me a pen? Okay, or may I come in? So such type of questions are there, or asking permission. Okay, so for asking permission, we can make use of the these models. Okay, so these type of verbs are there, supporting verbs are there. They are called as the modal auxiliaries or modal verbs, or simply called as modals. Do you understand? So the modals can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, and ought to are termed defective verbs because some parts are wanting in them. They have no s in the third person singular. They have no ing and ed forms. So there are like they are not ending with the s. S forms are not there, and also they don't have ing forms like this BNP form. This one we can use like a being. Ing form can be created. Okay, or doing. Ing form is there. Or ed form. Ed form is the third form also not there. Okay, so these verbs like a can is only used as can, you know. So it cannot have another form like could is there, can and could both are there, but it does not have a s form is not there, like do, does. In this all the three are having s forms are there, like is there, was is there, ending with s. In this as is there, in this does is there. Okay, so all these forms are there, but this can, could, shall, should, may, might, all these things are not having s forms are not there, or any like ing form and the ed form is not there. Okay, worked like that, ed, it is ending with ed. So such forms are not there. So because of that, it is known as a defective verb. Okay, understood? Defective means what? Defective means like any incomplete or like not proper one. You know, improper we can say, or in like if like some products are there, we can say defective. Some complaints are there, like, you know, some problems. Not it is not a full verb, or it is not a full thing. Do you understand? So that is why it is called as a defective verb. But it is defective verb because these forms are not there. Do you understand? Okay. So tomorrow you bring this book also, and we'll continue with that. We have to study each of these, like we studied, like B is there, or how all these things in detail we have to study. So you are having a separate copy, no? Do you have a separate copy for grammar and this one? So you can write this one, heading you write, and these two, like this one is are there, like what is the definition of auxiliary verbs, you have to write in your copy, and definition of models, that also you have to write into your copy. Okay? Okay then, thank you.